A guest here on the other side of our studio. Indeed, thank you, sir, for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you.
Mr. Charles Njunguna, Forex trader, securities expert. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And of course, it is also important to mention that you are also a pastor.
Yes.
Something, of course, that brings a bit of a virtue and governance to the conversation.
That's true.
Now, I think a good place for us to start off is to take stock of where the way the week has gone. A bit of confidence seeming to creep into the market, especially with the Kenya shilling strengthening there after the inauguration of the president. And as we start to go into the Christmas period and people start spending, we are starting to see a bit of confidence creeping back into the economy.
Yes, we are right now, the shilling is gaining strength. As you are aware, currencies are dictated by what's happening in the political realm. And since the inauguration of the president, the shilling has really stabilized. People have started spending. Confidence has come back. And you remember the other day, even the car dealers were saying we are no longer selling. People are saying we don't know what will happen. But now people are almost certain now that the business is back.
One of the biggest fads that we've recently seen, especially with this focus now moving away from the political perspective in Kenya back to the economy, is the conversation around cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and that sort of thing. And for most people, they're asking, is this thing for real? Is it another coil and etc. scandal? What should we be looking out for?
Well, times are changing. And we have to accept the change that is coming in. Some years back, you'd enter a bus here all the way to Mombasa to pay somebody. But today, just by your phone, you can wire 50,000 to somebody in Mombasa. The other day, I could see somebody send me money via M-Pesa from Britain. So things are changing.
Life is changing.
Life is changing, and we have to be ready for the change. Right now, there are so many online businesses. And there are so many online currencies, like the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an online currency. Right now, it is shooting very, very high. It is at quite a high. It's
almost
quite high.
$20,000.
Almost $20,000. Yes. It's quite high, and we have to appreciate this fact and adopt it.
For most people, the question they're asking, with their little knowledge, of course, most Kenyans are laggards when it comes to technology. They're not very fast or efficient at it. They're asking, is it for real? Are we going to get taken advantage of? Is it buyer beware? Where do we start?
Well, in terms of something like Bitcoin, Bitcoin is real. And there are countries which have taken it as a currency.
They've legalized it.
They have legalized it. And I'm looking at a situation even in Kenya. As we move on, the central bank will have no choice but to legalize Bitcoin. Because it's now an international currency. In the other countries, you can buy a car using Bitcoin, do your shopping using Bitcoin. So if they have accepted it that side, it's not just a matter of time.
It's a matter of time.
And in our country, we also adopt it.
Let's then get to more conventional sort of trading and talk about trading of Forex, but in the online sense. Talk to us about what the opportunities here are and how people can then begin because you have to crawl before you can walk, in essence, so that people start to say that they are able to track this as a business and be able to make some sort of money.
In the Forex, I would define Forex. Forex is made up of two words. Foreign exchange. When you hear of Forex, I'm sure your mind runs straight to the bureaus you see in town. Forex bureau, where you enter with your Kenya shillings, you buy your US dollars. Well, the concept is the same. But now when we talk of Forex trading, this is trading in international currencies on an international platform, whereby in this international platform, a staggering $5.3 trillion is traded every day. It's the most liquid market. And countries like South Africa, they have traded in Forex for a long time. It's an old business. But in Kenya, it's creeping in. If you remember the other day, when the CS was going through his budget and he talked of, they are aware there are 50,000 plus people who are doing Forex trading right now in Kenya. And that one, it's a very big plus for our country. Because foreign trading, once you have the skill, you don't need to go look for employment. You just need to log in, go to your laptop, you have a Wi-Fi. Get this software called MT4. That's what we teach in our college, because we have a college that is dealing purely on Forex trading, the Royal Institute of Business.
Yes.
We teach you the MT4, which is the software that is you can use to trade internationally. You can trade right here in Nairobi and trade somewhere in US and make your profits. You can trade in Britain. You can trade in Tokyo.
Yes.
With this hard currency.
So how then do you make your money? Because there are those who would contend that because currencies are backed in value by production, manufacturing, that sort of thing. So this is then simply just arbitration. It is what you'd say, some sort of gatekeeping that enables you to make a margin because of the fluctuations up and down.
Oh yes. Now let me just talk briefly about.
Or even something that is akin to gambling. For some.
Yeah. But this Forex is not gambling.
Yes.
Forex is real.
Yes.
It's real business. It's buying and selling of international currencies at a profit. Let me just start by explaining to you what we are actually doing right now.
Yes.
We have one of its kind. It's called Royal Institute of Business.
Yes.
It's one of its kind in Kenya. A college that is dealing in Forex, teaching people how to trade in Forex. And Forex trading is, in a layman's language, is just buying currencies and selling currencies.
Yes.
Buying commodities and selling commodities.
Yes.
How are you able to enter into this international market? How are you able to buy the US dollar? And you're right now in Kenya right now. Are you able to buy a US dollar in America and sell it there and there, still in America, and make your profit? And your profit are posted there. So what they have done in the Forex industry, they have developed this software. It's called MT4. MT4 software is a software that you are taught how to operate it. If you are really conversant on how to operate the MT4, you are able to log in and enter in the international markets.
Yes.
And you do it, once you enter into the international markets, you have your little capital.
Yes.
The least you can start with is about $100 US.
Yes.
There is no
upper limit.
There is no upper limit. So once you have your $100 US, you enter into the market through the MT4, which is given by brokerage firms, international there. You can trade your $100, and of course, you know, currencies are determined by what is happening in the political realm. For instance, you remember when the British were about to exit this Brexit.
Yes.
British pound was affected.
Yes.
You remember when there was an earthquake in Japan?
Yes.
Japanese yen was affected. During the elections in USA, dollar was being affected. Likewise, even in Kenya.
Yes.
When the presidential election was nullified, the shilling was also affected. So when you come to our institute, we'll teach you the MT4, how to operate the MT4.
Yes.
We also teach you how to analyze news.
Yes, the fundamentals.
The fundamentals. If you are totally conversant in analyzing news, you will execute profitable trades. Because if you are trading using Japanese yen and US dollar, because you trade them in pairs, you are able to understand what is happening in America. So as a trader, you have always to tune in to the Bloomberg, the Bloomberg news channel, the international news channel, which at every one time it tells you what's happening around the world. So that whenever you are to execute a trade, you do it by understanding what is happening.
Yes. Is it real time? And are you able to execute your trades as they happen, or is there a lag? Because these things move quite fast nowadays.
They move quite fast, and the MT4 software is also quite fast. You can execute a trade immediately as it moves on. So for you to understand when to execute a trade, that's what we actually train you.
Yes.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
And for people to understand.
Yes.
Because there are lots of young people out there who are looking for these opportunities, who want to really not even get employment, create a livelihoods for themselves and something that will be gainful employment for themselves.
Yes.
Where do you start? And because the capital is not so big, what are the risks involved?
Well, in every business, you cannot count out risk.
Yes.
And that's why you come and we teach you, so that you can manage your risks.
Yes.
Once you are very well placed and conversant with managing risks, you are likely not to lose because you'll be executing trades based on what is happening. It's just like a simple scenario where I tell you, go buy viazi from Kinangop.
Yes.
On this, where this season there is market for it, and you come and sell.
Or you come and find that there's a glut in the market.
So when that will have, it was a misinformation.
Yes.
So you need to be very careful what you are doing. Even right now, if you are to go into business, you have to be conversant of what is happening in the markets.
Yes.
Or you cannot just go like somebody the other day imported some.
Would you then say finally that this is what people like George Soros and the rest made their money from?
Oh, yes.
Betting against or for currencies.
In fact, the richest people in the world right now are involved in Forex trading.
Yes.
And oil. And oil is also traded as a commodity in this market.
Futures, yes.
In the futures, yes. So it's something, and as we speak right now, the Kenyan government has also seen so much potential in this. And what I'm holding here is a Kenya Gazette supplement number 130.
Just maybe you can hold it up for us to see.
This is a Kenya Gazette supplement number 133. This is the Capital Markets Regulation Act.
Yes.
They have regulated. Regulated Forex now as we speak.
Yes.
The government has done it because Forex trading is one of the major employment creators in countries like Britain.
Yes.
Countries like America. So once we have it in our nation here. This is a course you can study for yourself. You don't need now to start tamarking with your certificate looking for employment.
Yes.
No, you just need a small capital of less than $100. I mean, of $100. That's the least you can trade.
Okay, indeed, Mr. Charles Njunguna from you said from the Royal Institute.
From the Royal Institute of Business.
Yes, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. It has been a very interesting conversation, and I even wish to urge our viewers that maybe after some time, 1 or 2 weeks, we'll have you back in studio with one of those terminals so you can show us how this really happens real time.
True.
And so that people can begin to appreciate what these opportunities and risks are.
Yes.
So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, we now want to